The Vatican rules over approximately 2 billion of the world's 6.1 billion people. The colossal wealth of the Vatican includes enormous investments with the Rothschilds in Britain, France, and the USA, and with giant oil and weapons corporations like Shell and General Electric. The Vatican solid gold bullion worth billions is stored with the Rothschild-controlled Bank of England and the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank. The Catholic Church is the biggest financial power, wealth accumulator, and property owner in existence, possessing more material wealth than any bank, corporation, giant trust, or government anywhere on the globe. The Pope, who is the visible ruler of this colossal global wealth, is one of the richest men on earth. While 2/3 of the world earns less than $2 a day, and 1/5 of the world is under debt or starving to death, the Vatican wants to get wealth and stock market, and is intending to us. How does the Pope and the Vatican accumulate all that wealth? The price of the Pope. Many bishops and popes actually market their business here for profit. And get pardoned ahead of time. Those who didn't pay up risk eternal damnation in Satan's oven. Pope Leo X rebuilt St. Peter's Basilica, selling tickets out of hell and tickets to heaven. During the Dark Ages, the Catholic Church not only hoarded the wealth they collected from the poor, but hoarded knowledge. It kept the masses ignorant and in the dark by denying them a basic education.
The people who are hanging out at the United Nations are just simply, in a nutshell, one word, they're Luciferian. And I'm just sorry to report that, but that's just what it is. And so all of the people today who are promoting the United Nations and the concept of world government, whether they know it or whether they don't, whether they're doing it for money or whether they're doing it for power or for whatever reason they're doing it, they are promoting the philosophy and the religion of the Antichrist.
In 1986, Pope John Paul II gathered in Assisi, Italy, the leaders of the world's major religions to pray for peace. There were snake worshippers, fire worshippers, spiritists, animists, Buddhists, Muslims, Hindus, North American witch doctors. I watched in astonishment as they walked to the microphone to pray. The said they were all praying to the same God, and that their prayers were creating a spiritual energy that was bringing about a new climate for peace.
Robert McGinnis with the Family Research Council says it appears the hidden agenda is to unite people under one religious organization so they will peacefully accept UN goals such as population control, abortion rights, and one world government.
A new world order.
This ethnic cleansing that you're hearing about is Christian cleansing throughout the world. And as the Antichrist becomes more powerful, you're just simply going to see more and more and more of it. Now here, we have a picture of John Paul II hand in hand with the communist 33rd degree Mason, Nelson Mandela. Most all the blacks think that Nelson Mandela is the great black hope to South Africa. Here he is shaking hands with the communist Mikhail Gorbachev, who's also a Mason.
We are in the middle of spiritual warfare. But the point is that I think some of us at least are here because we realize that there's a real problem today. But to people who are on the outside looking in, this is not what they see. They're watching leadership of the Catholic Church meet with members of the Communist Party, like Togliatti in Italy. And they're asking themselves, how can this be? I think we're in the last days. How we got here is anybody's guess, I suppose.
You can't handle the truth. The truth.
possible for me from an early age to enter what is the world of the elite and what we know as the Illuminati. That's mainly the work for a pyramid of power that ends up in Jerusalem and Rome, and that represents both the Vatican and the scientific establishment. Together, united to perform what they would like to be the new world order.
You want to go back to the people who are really doing this stuff all around the world to us? The Vatican. But you can bet on it. That's why Hollywood is making movies like this last thing. What was it with Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code? And they're talking about the Vatican and all the occult stuff. Let me tell you something. Rome has been ruling Europe for almost 2,300 years. The Vatican has been ruling Europe for at least 1,600 years. All of the royalty and celebrities and royalty of Europe are royalty. They rule by divine right, right? Well, where do you get the divine right from? You get it from the Holy Father. God didn't give you any divine right. Nobody's talked to God lately. You don't need to talk to God. The Vatican will decide if you are one of their boys. And if you're one of their boys, the Pope will then, bless you.
ولكني لا أستطيع أن أعود بغير مفاتيح أورشليم. يجب أن أعود بكنوز الشرق وبالكبرياء التي يمنحها الانتصار. وهكذا تنقذ عرشك وتحطم أعدائك وتحصل على بركات البابا. وبركات البابا تساوي تبرعات لا نهاية لها.
Like they did Michael Corleone and the Godfather 3 and with the sword and all that kind of thing. And now you are divinely appointed. By who? By the Pope.